Brett Metcalf, Ben Townley, the best motocross riders in the world. Jeff, I'm excited.
Well, here we go. The convergence of a lot of talented riders here.
And this time it's the 29 of Short, Justin Brayton, on the Joe Gibbs Racing Yamaha into the #1 spot.
And James Stewart, not good out of the gate. No. He's going to be just outside of the top 10. And others, where it's dark, it could be wet and slippery. And where it's light, pretty good, could be dry, you know. But overall, it's really inconsistent, and the track is not worked in yet.
Check out the battle here, Jeff, as Dungey goes after Clement Desalle for 3rd place. Side by side over one of the big
one by both of these Suzuki riders. Just outstanding efforts, and Dungey has been he's been good. He's been great. He just does his thing. It has not been rattled at all.
With the next rider to try to challenge Dungey. What can you say about Desalle? Only the 2nd time he's ever raced in the United States. He's going after the 2nd place rider, Justin Brayton, and trying to leave Dungey behind. Different lines. Dungey to the inside, Desalle on the outside. Now Dungey switches back to the outside. They leap out of that gravity cavity, and they call it gravity cavity. When you hit the bottom, you G out. The gravity force forces you down.
Those are key. And then also for the rider, he really has to negotiate the opening part of this moto here with accuracy, because the track is very tricky right now because of the water and the condition.
Yeah, because he's stuck in traffic. Here's Dungey working on Desalle again. Here we go, side by side. And the Belgian's still able to hold off the kid from Minnesota.
Let's see if Dungey can double this and get the drive.
Oh, and just comes up short. The challenge of Dungey is to get into 2nd, and he does. Nicely done. He splits Brayton.
As they sit right now, Desalle would have the overall. 25, 22, 20 for the top 3 there.
And Dungey makes the move on Brayton. Now you see the countdown clock at the top of the screen. That's the time. 25 minutes to go, and then we'll bring out the 2 laps to go sign.
Yeah, 30 minutes.
This is impressive, though. He's dealing with some pressure. It's only going to get worse because you know those Suzukis are going to come after him. They're all getting feel for the course. Where the lines have changed. Like you said, they put some water down between our first goggles. They can rip that film off and get clear vision, and you need it. Talk about the rocks and such on this track. They've done a great job putting new soil down to lessen the amount of rocks. You'd much rather get hit by dirt than boulders.
Well, yeah, and new soil, it's topsoil that has washed off over the decades of soil that they have up here in upstate New York.
Desalle right now with Short. Dungey is there. We've got a 3-rider battle for the lead as we approach the halfway mark. Look at the fans. They're up against the fences, just anticipating what's going to happen here.
Starting to figure out how the track's going to flow.
And there's the element of surprise. Dungey has battled Short in this position several times this year and has been able to make his way around, but it's a complete mystery for his 1-weekend-only teammate, Clement Desalle. Dungey doesn't really know how to play it against this guy. At the end of Moto 1, he was tired. Maybe he wasn't quite ready yet. So much action right now as Desalle goes for the lead, and James Stewart is out. Look at this. Desalle wants a piece of the 29 to get the lead. Not quite able to pull it off, but Short knows he's there now.
To avoid those rocks, but this is where he's got a really fast line as he sweeps around the outside. Back to the inside, Desalle.
He's going to try to use it. You saw that coming, Jeff. Great job by Desalle. He even looks over to make sure he gave Short some room. He doesn't want to tangle with him. He's in the lead. And halfway mark. What is going to happen when we hear? We got to catch up with the battle for the lead. Clement Desalle out of Belgium is leading Ryan Dungey.
And steal the thunder here, but I'm telling you, there's 14 minutes left plus 2 laps in this moto, and we've seen Dungey. He's been challenged at this time, of the moto, especially if you're Roger DeCoster, because you've got a Belgian rider who's riding a Suzuki, and you've got your own rider, Ryan Dungey, your star, 5 here. But as we have this great battle for the lead, we've also got that spectacular battle as Metcalf came up there, and we know he's been strong.
This is where Dungey, like you said, Jeff, been so spectacular. He leaps to the side of Desalle, side by side, and they're headed to that wall that we talked about at the top of the show. It is straight down, hanging U-turn and straight back up.
Oh, look at Desalle just dragging the rear brake all the way down, trying to get the Suzuki 450 stop. I'm telling you, the skill set that they've shown and line choice and physical conditioning.
Well, we were talking about the Motocross of Nations at the top of this show, which is a team event. Nation versus nation. We've got a Belgian rider out front, an American in second, an Australian in third. Here goes Dungey to the inside. Desalle's got some great lines figured out everywhere Dungey goes.
in Lakewood for the first time here in the U.S. since 2007.
Dungey's going to use an outside line in this right-hand turn. It's a long way around. That'll lead him to the inside in the next corner.
Well, this has been a passing spot all day long. You see just how close that was. From here, and you know that you're the guy, you're physically fit, you're strong, the bike's great. When you're eating roots, you're okay, I got to make a move here. And what we saw was Dungey really put on a charge. I mean, he hammered it. He says, okay, this lap, I'm going to do everything I can to make the pass. But Desalle withstood that charge. The goggle lens loose in the rider's goggles, which I've never seen that. It seems like this year, now the bikes are making so much horsepower that is an issue.
Here's why this battle is so critical. In the first race today, Dungey won, Desalle was second. If Desalle wins this second one, they will tie. They'll both have a first and a second on the day, and the tiebreaker is the better finish in the second race.
What I think is interesting is both riders have a very patient riding style, very smooth, calculated. You don't really see their feet off the pegs, and they're not using a lot of energy. There's a little mistake there.
Desalle, look at this. Ryan Dungey tries to make the pass. Desalle says, no, I'm not going to let you have it. And they scrub opposite directions in midair over the sky shot.
Here comes Dungey around the outside. Oh, he's got the line here, definitely.
Yeah, he's got the inside. He holds his teammate off. And Dungey, well, he takes a look over his shoulder. They don't want to make contact because they're riding for the same team today. All right, now we're heading into that wall that we were talking about. Straight down, straight up. Dungey on the inside.
Desalle way on the outside. No, he's way behind now.
No, okay. He's going to try to, but Dungey makes a mistake. There you see the clock at the top of the screen. 6 minutes and 2 laps left in this race.
Well, I can tell you why Dungey has got the lead. We saw the pass, but the result was, it was a 2-minute, 10-second, 0.5 lap time for Ryan Dungey, the fastest lap of the moto.
A test of endurance. In practice, qualifying today, Stewart was the fastest, but to do it for 30 straight minutes is a totally different story.
Yeah, different story. And James, pretty much every time he gets on the track for like qualifying and stuff like that, he can go as fast as anyone. But like you said, you got to get out here on a hot day, negotiate the race, and all the other riders, you just cannot.
He broke away. It's a 9.7-second lead for Dungey. Now Dungey is cruising, so Desalle's closed back in just a little bit, but still the gap is massive, Jeff.
Yeah, and it's quite a ways back there from Desalle to Metcalf right now. And last time around, just out and blow everybody away today.
For sure.
Right? And then you had other riders, or other people that said, no, Dungey is just too strong. There is a changing of the guard happening.
Yep.
Okay, so, well, Dungey has answered all of the questions today.
Yeah,
amazing.
It's a hard thing to imagine. He's still a rookie. He's only going to get better. He's only 20 years old. Where's he going to be in 5 years? So the sport is team manager Roger DeCoster. He rides and trains at Ricky Carmichael's house, and he's doing it like them. He was a winner here at the legendary Unadilla Valley Sports.
Ryan, at this point, is it starting to become a reality? Can you taste this title?
Yeah, we just try one race at a time, and that's the goal, it's the end result. But, it's just got to give it up. Team Rockstar, McKinney, doing an unbelievable job, and my family, everybody. And track was rough, that moto. And Desalle, me and him were going at it, so it's good to have him over here from overseas, and just fun racing, really.
Congratulations on a job well done. Clement, coming in, you said you weren't going to say too much. You let the racing do the talking for you. Did you exceed your expectations?
Yeah, I exceeded my expectation because I didn't crash today, and I make 2 times second. Yeah, it's better to be 2 times first, I know, but and my girlfriend, big kiss, because they cannot come here, and thanks to everybody.
Welcome aboard. Great ride. He's not going to be here with us for our final 3 rounds.
Definitely the man and on his way to making history.
Now the question is, can Stewart recover physically?